Let's see if the stream is working. Should be working. Good day, good day, good day, good day. Am I live? Can everyone hear me? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Not seeing chat coming through yet. Sup? Good afternoon, loud and clear. Good morning. So, how are you feeling today, guys? How's it going? Not a Friday, eh? After a bit of a mad week? We can say that, right? We're ready. Good afternoon. Yeah, I'm ready too. So, let's bring up my position first. Having a lot of DCAs, man. So, I'm currently in this because I had to let go of my entry. Yeah. This is live. I had to let go of my entry. On this account, I'm in a short of 70.6 with 87 Bitcoin. We're having a DCA for 34 Bitcoin at 71.5. We have 71.9, 72.4, and we have 72.8. I might just, to give us a little bit of extra wiggle room, I'm gonna take 25% off the table here just to mitigate my risk a bit more. And as you can see, the position is closing on the limit, makes me some realized profit. And now we're back to 65 with some headroom, still closing positive position because, well, can't just market order 20 Bitcoin, can we? And that's it for now, right? So, some people have seen it already. I'm doing the 500k to 5 million challenge. And as of now, the account is sitting at a casual $1,032,000. No demo, no nothing. Real money, real funds, real stuff, real trading. And I think that's what most people are here for, right? Real trading. I did this morning the 𝗥𝗘𝗟𝗢𝗙 challenge with my friend Baxter. What we seen was, okay, before I dive into this, type in chat what we think today. Are we bullish or bearish, guys? How are we feeling? How are we feeling? What are we thinking? Bearish, bullish, bearish. Ayo, Chento, hello. Bear all day, short term bullish, then bearish. So you're talking about New York Open then, I assume. Dump it to shit. Bearish, long day, bullish open, bearish close, steady overall, bearish, bear. So short now, okay, I'm in. No, that's not what I'm saying. Hawkish. Send it to 63. Yeah, that would be marvelous, wouldn't it? So what I'm seeing currently is, let me hide this. Why am I blind? Hide. There's a lot of liquidity powder at these lows already, guys. A lot of liquidity. Really a lot of liquidity. And I don't get how people manage to get that liquidity at the low so fast, but same goes to the 72k region. It's like both of these areas are insanely overcrowded. And we're 25 minutes prior to New York, hence why my DCAs are in place and I've taken money off the table already, because this can be treacherous, guys. What are the indicators saying? Well, the top indicator is definitely bearish. We had the highest bearish score I've ever seen been recorded, which was 80% this morning. Actually, if you can see, these are strong EMA lines, right? So even on the 5 minutes, it takes time to come down. And what we've built is an indicator with special algorithms to not just smooth out the price, but also definitely overlay them and make sure that everything good. That we give the best readings, and this is a custom indicator, and it's gonna be, I'll explain later. Let me finish my story first. So what I'm seeing is we had a perfect tab of the line. We went back into the dwell block, into the dwell area, what at that time had confluence with the bullish bearish flippings, and as you can see, it flips from bullish to bearish to bullish to bearish, bullish, bearish. You get the drill by now, right? And as of now, we're just perfectly consolidating around this low. And look at this. It's like you even can't plan this, right? Absolutely to perfection, 3-4 times equal lows. So we have two options. Yeah, we always have two options in trading. Either they're gonna break these equal lows, and we're gonna see a lot more downside from New York, which due to the hawkish stance that Powell took would be interesting. Or we're gonna see that they're holding this level and they might go looking aggressive, and then the next real point of interest would be 72.5. And I think I'm gonna move one of my limit orders up higher. So this one is gonna go to 72.1 because I think they're gonna go above. And then I wanna have my last one at 73,000, and that's gonna be 38 Bitcoin. So it's slightly the heaviest of the bunch. Let's go a bit higher. Does it? Oh no, it doesn't auto scale. Cancel. For an overshoot of the block, 72.3. That's where we're gonna. Insufficient margin. That doesn't happen often that I run out of margin. So yeah, that's how we're looking right now. So we are prepared for more upside, but as you can see, I'm definitely still in the bearish mood. Bounce is coming, massive bounce. Yeah. Listen, there's only one way that they're gonna hold this up, and the only way they're gonna hold this is by an insane amount of manipulation. As you can see, look at where it bounced again. Like left side of the screen now has flow X. You can see some low liquidations here, but CVD isn't even aggressively rising. So they're just stopping the south side pressure. You can see as soon as we go down, there's still even green volume. So this is what we're used to. Why? Because we're in a bear market, and bear markets, the absorption of green buy volume is less than sell pressure. We all agree on that, right? And what they just do is they release the pressure. Look, slight pressure, pressuring down. We can see a dip in CVD, but the dip is already recurring on the way up. So it's just that the market makers decide that, you know, we had enough. It's been enough for now. Funding rate now is positive. It might as well be. So yeah, that's my bias for today. That's what I'm feeling. Everything is hawkish. Everything is looking in favor of shorts. And what I don't get is a lot of people are longing this. Like they're wrecking shorts. They have been wrecking shorts in the last 24 hours as well. More than usual, because we've seen these ratios completely different as well. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting opening, guys. Well, the manipulation rate, like a market needs to be manipulated in order to move, right? That's pretty obvious, I think, and I think everyone knows that. But it's taking it to the next level. I like to call it degrees of manipulation, and the degree of manipulation that we're seeing right now is completely off the charts. Look, there's no volume pressuring this. Yet they're marking it down again. I don't mind. I won't complain. My overall TP for everything is gonna be 64k. If it aggressively moves down, I might start scaling in as well, but I want to see confirmation of them breaking certain levels. The now just have been fighting for this dwell block for a bit of time. Okay, let's get some administrative work done since we're waiting for New York to open. Stream and everything is sponsored by 𝗏𝗏𝗡. Why did I go with 𝗏𝗏𝗡? Because it's one of the only non-KYC exchanges that is not actively rebooking their customers, and as you can see, it's pretty safe to trade with over $1 million. It's our own money, it's real money. It's no demo, no nothing, no fuss, as everyone, and I make my money trading, so that's, well, we're not doing it for the money, guys. We're doing it to educate. If you want to trade with us, if you want to join the 𝗏𝗏𝗡 team in the trading competition with more than $300,000 that are being in the prize pool and prize money, join the link below. Everything I do is for free. We're building the indicator suites. We're building FlowX that you can see on the left now. Everything is going to be referral. So sign up with the link below. Join the free Discord. Join the rest of the socials. And let's make trading great again, shall we? 𝗏𝗏𝗡 will at some point need to go for Mika, but as of now they're not Korean, but they will remain non-KYC for at least 12 to 18 months, and that is a pretty solid period. But every exchange that has growth ambition and every exchange that's growing and getting on the radar of whatever instance needs to go for Mika at one point. I think we're going to see the same instance yet again. If not, we're going to look for the lows prior to New York Open, and that's gonna make New York even harder to gouge. Oh look, you see, immediate influx of volume, but the volume is absorbed insanely well in terms of execution, and there comes the pump back. And what a surprise, where is it? The exact darn same level, eh? Let's see if they can actively break it. If they break it, I want to see a retest of the 70k, and ideally we go looking for the 69.7. But as liquidity momentarily already is dictating, look at these clusters here. I think normally, as a rule of thumb, they're wiping out everything that's orange as soon as they're taking a direction. So that would put us at the 66.8k region, and that's going to be the target for the day. If New York is going to do some shenanigans and something scammy, the scenario, if we're bearish, and I drew this out yesterday as well, would look something like this. If we're bullish, we still want to see a retest, or they might immediately, let's make this smaller. This might even go, oh, mess that one up, eh? If we're bullish and we have to wait for confirmation of New York, they might still retest. Retest will be higher, and that's when we can start looking for the upside. So both cases, I'm assuming that we're gonna start from higher up, but that's an assumption. As of now, we can already see and already prove that there's sell pressure. That's why we've been positioned in the shorts. It's almost obvious we're going to 67. Well, it's not that obvious. Look what they did again. I told you, it's gonna tune in immediately. Look, equal bottom, there's the volume yet again. It's almost getting textbook. How does you can just stand up if you prefer to, right? Game is game. Hello, sir, in the background. Yeah, the technician came to switch on the light, but he crowed over the floor. So I said to him as well, like, whoa, you might as well just stand up, you know? Chento behind you, watch out. Yeah, I spotted him, man. So I'm coming into the door. So this is what we're looking at. The most important levels right now are above us. So that's the 71 still 71.5 in terms of short term, but everything is flashing negative as of now. New York is gonna dictate, but look, they're artificially contrapping it here. This didn't liquidate a lot of people. You see, it's a million and a half. So for $1.5 million worth of liquidation, this pump back, it's pretty ludicrous. It's non-volumized. See, textbook. Chento 500x, both directions valid, right? As long as you do it under my link. Then I condone it. Okay, what am I missing in chat? What the fees looks like? The fees are good. Blowfin only 120 million assets. Well, that's a lot more than I have. They have a license in Lithuania. Nah, 120 million is not something to worry about because it's proof of stake that has been fully committed. Other exchanges also commit their hot wallets including, so it's a different way of showing proof of reserve and proof of stake. Like they can have active hot wallets as well. High volatility day. Lithuania also has 𝗥𝗍𝗋. Bro, name me an exchange that is running in Europe, not from Lithuania. I'll wait. Are you the biggest Blowfin partner? I think there are bigger partners at Blowfin, to be honest. But listen, I trade where I want because I want to trade there and because it's safe for me and the people there to trade. They can offer me $1 million and then still don't care. Yeah, but Kraken is IPO'd and look at the liquidity of Kraken. Have fun. It's KYC'd as well. Bybit EU runs in Poland. Yet again, it's a KYC MiCA regulated exchange without leverage trading. I use Blowfin, so why people arguing with me? Guys, give it a test. Use my link in the description. If anyone is trading more than 10 million a month, we even started giving rebates and cashback on the fees. Why? Because we build stuff together. We do stuff together. And if you have more than 50k, want to join the free inner circle where I'm running the 500k to 5 million challenge, send me DM on any of the platforms. What's wrong with KYC? For me, nothing is wrong with KYC. I KYC most of my accounts. I know a lot of people that don't want to KYC stuff because of the originating factors in crypto, that it's for, you know, everything that crypto has ever been built for is the exact opposite of KYC. Right? So that's a bit... Yeah, it's interesting. Wait and see, guys. New York is gonna be... I think New York is gonna be spicy. I don't like the way that it's holding here. It's completely contrapping in this range. Tap up, tap down, tap up, tap down. Mid-range compression, so they're compressing it even more. I think the move that they're gonna make is gonna be sharp and it's gonna be aggressive. I'm already positioned in shorts, so my short is still up 20k, 5k already banked, and I have limit orders all the way to 73.2, which will average me around 72.5, and my stop loss will be 74.5 ish, and that will risk I think 200ish k, but it's managed. Having a lot of strength. There's a lot of strength. Oh well. Listen, the problem with the current market as of now is there's no strength. There's absolutely no strength. There's just a release of pressure. And that's a completely different thing than a market that is bullish, right? For a market to be bullish, they need to outweigh bearish pressure and bearish strength. But look at this. There's no pressure in these candles. It's just CVD rising. It slightly has more volume, but also look at the size of the candles. It's $80. So $80 is 0.1% in 3 candles. And if you look at the sheer volume on that compared to what we've seen also on this drop, this is more than double. So it's just that they're actively getting off the gas in terms of short pressure, sell pressure, instead of actively trying to push it higher. This is just the market maker trapping us. And to be honest, guys, if I look at what's happening in terms of liquidations to both sides in 24 to 48 hours, they're doing an amazing job. It's a feeding frenzy across the board again. It's a feeding frenzy. Platform on the left side is FlowX. It's what we're building ourselves with the 𝗨𝗏𝗡 community, and there's an aggregator that shows all exchange data live, so influx, outflux of orders, of volume, and deviations in perps and spots with indicators and everything added into one, with all the actual prices, etc. of all the exchanges. So we can see the differentiation, we see what Blowfin is, Qcoin is, Lighter is, all the data packed into one sweet, compact software suite. What happened to your own channel? Nothing. Still streaming on it. Chento, your Discord is super active. They better be, because we're all working our ass off. And everything is for free, so there's zero reason for people not to join us. Keep having arguments with these earpieces. I need to fix that next week. Good morning, traders. Still up 14k. Even if it goes to a drawdown, position is managed, risk is managed, the plan has been laid out. Let's see what New York is going to bring in another 8 minutes. Recommend any trading book? No, I have no clue. Yeah, the Discord active, he keeps us in his basement if you aren't active. Bro, I don't even have a basement. Like, come on. Guys, again, everything I do is for free. So if you want to support us, join the channels, join via my trading link. You can get cash rebate, you get amazing giveaways. You can get access to all the indicators and everything we're building for free. And hit the like button, because, well, you know, it's the least you guys can do to support. I'm streaming, I think, 4 hours a day. And it's not easy. Yeah, I know you would say that. Where did it bounce? Exactly, it's... At this point, it's not even a challenge anymore. Like, I don't want to do on-stream max leverage small port. But you can just brain rot taking this entry 4 times and scalped on 100x. This would have been golden. 0.8, 0.6, 0.5%. It's the same recipe. And I said it to people in the office today as well. You know, listen, as soon as it comes here, even during lunch, just blindly long it. You know, nothing else is gonna happen. Blind long. We'll just see if the retrace is gonna be less thick now because it's hitting the first line of resistance, or if it's gonna make it to the second, or if it's actually gonna make up to the 71.2. Those are the only 3 recipes. Either retraces now, it retraces here, 71.2. If it doesn't retrace from the 71.2, going to 71.5, and between 71.5 and 72.5. This is thin air. Thin absolute air. But yeah, everyone keeps aping into positions prior to New York, and everyone keeps getting fumbled by the market maker. So yeah, it's, as I said, it's a feeding frenzy. It's been made too easy, guys. Been made too absolute easy. They're marking it up prior to New York. What could go absolutely wrong? Nothing, right? Huh? This isn't scary at all, a 0.5% pump in 50 minutes prior to New York. You know that London has done the exact same freaking thing for over a week now, right? So what London does, it opens, it pumps. After the pump, it dumps back. It pumps again, it dumps slightly below, and it keeps on ranging. Like, the London play has been the easiest play I've seen in years for a couple of weeks. It's crazy. And yet people... Yeah, I don't know. I joined your Discord, but I don't see any content there. What am I doing wrong? Probably a lot. Listen, 20,000 people managed to make it and managed to understand it. And to be honest, I'm not tech support from a remote distance, so I don't know how to help you from here, to be honest. If it's London time to Frankfurt time, they would send it. Yeah. How do we get less? By trading a lot of money, and then you can get more rebates. Short sale open? Absolutely. Usually I open on max leverage 50% of my total margin for fees. Then just market order. And I don't know what link you're using or what you're in, but yeah, let's focus on New York for now. Oh, look, they rejected the second line. Good choice, guys, good choice. And they're pumping back into it. 2 minutes out of New York. Let's see what New York is gonna bring. The fuckery is already starting. I'm curious to see how much they liquidate in that. 1 million plus on just that candle. On just that 5-minute candle. And that's the thing, like, everyone keeps aping in at the bottom. Everyone keeps aping in at the top. Bro, this is my usual playlist. So if we're not in position, just wait it out for New York. Absolutely. Can I add to my short from here? Well, I have 2 scenarios in which both I think that New York might scam open up. I'm not your financial advisor, but personally I wouldn't. And if you're in a good position, adding to a short brings your entry closer. And especially in a market that has the tendency to bounce like this one is having right now. Even though it's explainable, but it's unexplainable. I would advise not to do it, but that's just me. Almost a minute out, 30 seconds out. Ooh, yay. Look, this is the perfect candle prior to New York. Indecisive, taking the high, taking the low, smack that in the middle of the range. Like, honestly, the market maker did an amazing job. And I'm gonna explain you why really fast in the upcoming seconds. Let me get this off. Can I make this? Can I make this fast enough? Yeah. So, why did they do an amazing job? The high of the range 72 and the low of the range 68 are perfectly almost smack that in the middle, so no one has a clue what's happening. Here comes New York. First minutes we just have to get over with. London really didn't really do a thing either that day. I just wait them. I would absolutely wait. Listen, the thing is, guys, and that's what a lot of people are forgetting, no position is also position and also choice. And especially if we assume that the market is going down in the end, why even try to find shorts where you might get, well, that might not go your way. Let me be a little bit politer on this channel. Because your buying power will increase if the market drops. So you're already getting more buck for your money, right? Because if it goes from 100 to 70 and you have $100, you can buy 1.445. So it's already good. So I don't get why people try to hunt for shorts. If you try to hunt for longs, I would understand more, because it's a way more logical conviction. But then it's a different typology of building the setups and building everything up. But hunting for shorts, especially in a market that has these tendencies, is crazy. Chuda, I 1000% agree with you, my lovely friend. Guys, more than 500 lovely people watching here live how we trade, and we're trading big sizes, guys. Smash that like button. Chuda, you might have spoken too soon, my friend. At least they're looking for the bottom fishing. This is the reason why I'm not longing. But it is a good candle. It's like a 30k profit candle. I might speak too soon and I might reverse it, but again, I'm building this position. So drawdown is acceptable. Drawdown is not a problem. And again, everything has been live shared in the Discord. Ah, Chuda, you've spoken too soon. Ooh, that's some violence immediately. Look at that. How much are we liquidating? Ooh, that's not enough liquidations yet. We're just priming into the edges. I can't reach your lips. Yeah, I showed on my other account as well, and I had to use someone else's laptop because I'm running 2 500k challenges. So I posted the entry and I was like, bro, I ran out of devices. Can I just use your laptop for a bit? And he's like, your trade is up like 35k. I'm like, yeah, I know, thank you. Let's see if they're looking for more or if this is it and they're gonna immediately sharply reverse, because that's is a tendency that New York has. Or they're gonna finally pressure through. I want to see, in essence, in an ideal world, hypothetically, we get a sweep of the 68.6 or 68.8 region. If not, and if they're gonna be insanely boring, they're gonna hold here again, they're gonna wait, and you see they're immediately bouncing off of this level. Why? Because the market has a tendency to slightly overshoot levels. And by slightly overshooting levels, they take the liquidity that's underneath, and that's what people psychologically trace plates. Or trace plates. Place trades. Blah. Good morning. So no one puts the stop loss at 70k, you know? Everyone goes, let's do 69.9. So then they wick into it. That's where they get the liquidity. And then they move out from there. If you're going to 68k, no, I'm still not building longs. I'm short to, I think, 64k. But I would love to see this area getting retested today. That's why I drew the arrows. We might not see the upside, we might get the downside only. This is the second candle of New York. Till now the first one has been, hasn't disappointed us really, has it? Lovely. Trade is up 55k. So that's good. And again, guys, it might retrace this complete move. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, that's part of the game. Why? Because I'm DCAing into this position. Either it's the final entry and then I have enough size to do it, or I just have to work it again. Let me copy one thing. Oh. Why do I... Wrong button. We had a lovely week, guys. We had an insanely good week with the moves we managed to catch. Look, they're bouncing already. Let's see what the liquidations is doing. 6 million liquidated here. It's not a lot yet. They might hunt for more, but they might also stagnate here. Why? Because they dumped over 0.5% on opening already. Oh, whole percent. Yeah. Listen, Bitcoin's probably going to retrace this. Then they're going to look for higher. Get this off, make it clean. See, every time frame is bearish, and now we're finding, I think the dwell block to 70.3 is going to act as resistance. But what amazes me is, you know, 70k used to be one of the biggest levels in the industry, you know, 70k, the big 7-0. And now they're using it as a, they're just using it for fun, you know? It's like 70 breaking it up, breaking it down, breaking it up, breaking it down, breaking it up, breaking it down. And that, to me, is rather ludicrous. The ease at which they're breaking 70k like it's not even there. And that just shows how illiquid this market is, you know? That they can even use these kind of levels to just play with, basically. But let's see. I want to see us go lower, don't get me wrong, guys. I would love to see lower, but the fact that they sorry, I am. Whoa. I took a chance at liquidating myself there. Whoa. The fact that they pump after liquidating 6 million shows, yeah, full-blown shenanigans. Dollar depreciation is the cause. Well, DXY up is never good for market, and I've been explaining this. DXY up means traditionals are going down, traditionals down means Bitcoin will follow in the end. It's that simple. Look at what the dollar is doing. It's creeping above 100 again. And dollar rising, dollar dominance rising is never good because euro goes down and Bitcoin is more correlated to the euro than to the dollar. It's that simple. And the market can remain in denial for a bit, but in the end it has to follow. I also said it on the FOMC stream for the people that tuned in, but it's, yeah, it's crazy. I think we're priced insanely way too high for all the geopolitical issues we're having. Way priced too high. 70k is a trampoline right now. Yeah, it's like, it's a market maker's play ball. Also back on the way up, we've annihilated this range a couple times, like up, down, up, down, up, down. Same when we did the previous attempt below it. Let me get this off, it's easier to see. 50-minute time frame. See, 70k has been such a level to break and to hold, and now it's just smack, 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 smack. It's crazy to me, it's absolutely crazy. But it's Friday, so I'm expecting kind of a big move. If you don't get it, I'm gonna be insanely disappointed. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna be super sad. So guys, let's gouge again. Who is bullish, who is bearish? Let me know in chat. I'm very curious to hear your opinion. Also, are you guys in a position or not in a position? What are you trading? How are you feeling? How are you thinking about the market? Just let's have a bit of a conversation here, right? While we wait to the market makers to actually do something. Bearish was short. I think we could say that I'm short, right? Just a little bouncy castle. 68k, then 78, then 58. Bro, you got a whole lot of hopium. You see it's bouncing again. Exactly at 69.9. Did they liquidate anything? Not really. Listen, this thing is bouncing off fairy dust and unicorn tears. It's a whole lot of dreams and a whole lot of hopium for a little boy with wish. Without volume yet again. So it's market manipulation, and the problem with market manipulation is they can keep doing this for quite a bit of time. So if indeed they're gonna form the bottom here yet again at 69.9, just prepare yourself for an absolute rocket ship upwards. It's not gonna make sense, it's not gonna be logical, but prepare yourself. If we're holding the 69.7k region, you can probably long at the 72k. I'm still scaling my short, so I'm not gonna take it because I don't hedge this account. But it's, yeah. It's gonna be a pretty decent play. But let's see what they do. See if they're actually gonna give it to us. So for the people that don't know me, and we have 620 beautiful people in here. So first of all, press the like button. Secondly, I'm Chento. I recently joined Crypto Banter. For the people that know me, I've been owning scalbacks for 4 or 5 years now. One of the largest free trading communities in the industry, and I'm a full-time trader. Yes, I'm not a content creator. I'm not a news guy, I'm a trader. So all I do is trade, trade, trade. And you might have guessed it, I trade. And I only trade Bitcoin. I don't touch shitcoins, I don't touch the rest. Why? It makes no sense and has no bearing whatsoever. Oh, you see, there's the rocket ship. What a surprise. You're new here, aren't you? Completely uncalled for, completely unheard of, completely unnecessary. So, I own Scalbacks. Scalbacks is one of the biggest free trading communities out there. Link is in the description. We're also having a trading competition with Blowfin as we speak. My Blowfin link is below as well. And we also have that if you're doing more than 10 million a month, you can get extra cash back and extra rate back on your trading fees. So if you're doing that, send me a DM and we can set you up. I love software. I had a software company. We're building indicators, as you can see here, that are working, very much so working. And we're building software platforms, as you can see on the left, and all of that will be accessed by volume and trading under our link. The indicator on the right is probably only going to be available for Blowfin, so make sure to start using that link, guys. It's always stronger as a community. It's always stronger if something is up, always stronger if there's a problem. Trust me, guys, you do want to do this. And hit the like button, otherwise I'm going to be very sad. So this air conditioning here has 2 settings. It's either Antarctic or Safari, and there's not much in between. See, what did I tell you? We're going to this lows and it's gonna pump back up. That's been drawn out. It's classic. And they're pumping back over the line like it's absolutely non-existing in order block or whatsoever. Why? Probably they're gonna hunt for the top side liquidity, which I understand because everyone keeps shorting ludicrous levels with ludicrous leverage from ludicrous places. Thanos, you have to make a new account, my friend. I'm afraid. I'm sorry. God damn. Or is it something we shouldn't talk about? What are you talking about, Max? You know, if people keep aping in like this and providing this much free liquidity, like we can at least try to challenge the market makers. You know that they have to work for their money. But this is... Oh man. It's a feeding frenzy. We're just giving it out for free, guys. We might as well just wire transfer them the money. How's the music? Is it too loud? Oh, capital gain stacks. Yeah, I don't even want to talk about the capital gain stacks in the Netherlands, man. It's ludicrous. So the Netherlands has an unrealized capital gain stacks of 36%. At least that's what they're coming up with. It's not true yet, but it's ludicrous. It's unsustainable. It's ludicrous. It's a whole lot of interesting vibes. If they're rejecting this order block, GG's. Then we finally might see us go lower. I, by the way, like the fact that it's almost to the dollar. .3% move down, 30-second time frame. Not much volume coming in, dropping CVD, yet price is rising, means higher rate of manipulation. Most exchanges are selling. Only thing that's noticeable is that Crypto.com has been almost constantly buying, together with Hyperliquid and KuCoin. Well, those are exchanges that you normally don't see buying together. Spot is selling, yeah. And listen guys, spot is the real move. People can keep denying it, but spot is the one dictating the actual moves. If spot is selling, bet your ass, it might be delayed, but it's going down. If spot is buying, it's going up. There might be a delay, but perpetual cannot keep up with the actual move of spot. It's something to get into your head, guys. Spot is dictating the moves. It might have latency, but spot is the dictator. Weekly open is 73. I'm short right now, looking to sell any minute. I get that. The retrace was not deep enough below. We're gonna break upwards. And they're gonna do it with volume. If they don't retrace under the 70.1, they're gonna hunt for the 70.9. There's not much in between. But they're struggling. The weird thing is 70.3 is an insane struggle. Flawless Felix, but there are also too many people longing this stuff, man. I don't know if you've seen this, but it's a feeding frenzy on both sides. The thing is, both parties keep on pouring in. And that's something I'm amazed by. After all the liquidation events, after all the pressure we've seen, after all the stuff we had, everyone just keeps aping in with leverage and keeps aping in with money. 70k psychological, yeah, but they're not smack that at 70. They're always consolidating above or below. Just you know. What's up with Eve? I don't know. Do our comments get deleted if you mention politics? Not by me. For me, you can mention politics. Look at this. The market is trying to pressure down, but it's not working. Wick, wick, wick. All of these candles have a wick to the downside. That normally means that upwards pressure is incoming. Also, you can see in the pattern that it's slowly creeping upwards. So either they break it down with force, and it has to be a lot of force, and it has to be a quick, swift move, or they're not gonna hold the pressure down. And they're just gonna release the pressure upwards. Because it's building. But right now it's too early in New York. We need 10 more minutes to determine the pivot point, and from there we will have a bit more information. Alex B, you seem pretty certain of your cause, my friend. Guys, smash that like button. Come on, get these likes up. So what exchange are you guys trading on? I'm actually curious to figure out like what's the actual bias, what are we thinking, what are we seeing? Noob question, shorts. Noob question, so short slightly in profit, DCA going down or up? Depends. Like both is an option, but I would not DCA right now in profit. Why? Because the market has not given a clear trajectory yet. So as soon as it breaks certain levels and you move your stop alongside with it. So let's say, for example, your position is up. Let me draw it here on a very small. No, I can't do that. Then no one's gonna understand it. So if, for example, this is my position, right? And my actual take profit is like here, you know? So what you would normally do is you would start, let's say you DCA, the price is going your way and you get here. You would DCA here, but then your stop loss is also moving here. Then price is continuing and going down more, and then you can say, okay, broke structure, I'm gonna DCA in here, but then your stop loss is gonna be here. Then it's going down more, okay, it's breaking underneath, okay, stop loss moving again, DCAing again. So it's like, it goes hand in hand. It's not just, oh, I add more margin, your stop loss has to move with it into profit as well. And I would not do that before we even go to 0.7 or 1.2% spot move into your direction. So if you're telling me I'm small up profit, bro, move stop loss to break even, or stop loss to profit and that minus the fee should break even, because it's a Friday. It's safer, etc. So that would be my play. That would be my go-to gig, not the other way around, because this is the way to do it. So it's like entry, you move your stop loss. Why? Because as soon as you start DCing, your entry goes from here to here to here to here to here. Also, it's a difference if you're DCing with available margin prior to the short, or if you're DCing with margin that is accumulated by the short. Because if it's margin that is accumulated by the short, you're exponentially risking your position. Why? Because you're allocating the unrealized profits already. And that's something I would highly, highly, highly recommend against. I hope that clarifies your question. Hold shorts? Yep. I am. Everything on the indicator is bearish. Bro, this AC, fuck me. Can't turn it off because it's gonna be a desert in here. Can't turn it on because like my hands are turning purple. So we're getting absolutely wrecked again. How many percent bearish? We were at 81% bearish this morning. 81%. Actually, that's my strategy to add size when it moves in my favor. That's where the big wins come from. But yeah, that's also how you get liquidation emails. Is BMD stock the ticket that will make us future millionaires? If you ask me, the answer is going to be no without even looking at it. I'm working putting AC units at a 24 no matter how hot or cold. Yeah, I'm having it at 24.5 right now, but it... Are we pre-rich? You're always pre-rich. Like, you might be trans-financial. You're a rich guy born in a poor body. What exchanges support hedge possession? I know 𝗏𝗏𝗡 does. So that works. Trading on Bybit, that's good. 𝗏𝗏𝗡, Bybit, it's breaking hard, it's not breaking hard yet. Cracking US, ooh. You like to live dangerous, eh? Sign up to 𝗏𝗏𝗡 with your link. We're gonna be friends, my friend. I blocked all liquidation emails. Oh man, you all are trans-financial, right? I have to turn it off again. Trans Financial is better than transaction denied. Yeah, there are levels to the game, man. What can I say? There are levels to the game. So till now, it looks to be that the 70.3k is absolutely rejecting. It's safe for the scalp shorts underneath 69,730. No, it's not. It would have been safe to scalp 73.80 with a tight stop loss. Here's where we get into the liquidations again. And right now they're consolidating above the dwell block. Pwah, having a hard time speaking. Good, the stream is less busy than last week, eh? Let's see what Biddy does. Oh, liquidate some people. Come on, Bitcoin, you can do it. If we're gonna push, push it. It's like giving birth, you know? Pressure. Oh man, immediate bounce. What a surprise. It's the same level, isn't it? It's probably the same level it bounced off of this morning as well. Oh man, it's becoming a meme at this point. But yeah, as long as people keep aping into both directions from the same standardized planned out entry, what can I say? We get the liquidated message before it happened on the chart. You say what, my friend? BMX Iyer. Hello, buddy. Can we break the lows? Finally, please. I'm getting tired of this. You know. Still not really pressuring, is it? Like it's paying very decent money, don't get me wrong. You're still adamant about going to 64? Well, I definitely didn't turn bullish yet. Oh, perfect tab of the level, 69.7. Let's see if we can get the fireworks now. So until now, the indicator, especially with the probability, has been absolute golden. Don't fade it, guys. We've been 41 out of 45 days correct with the indicator. 41 out of 45 days trading the bias. Out of my long trade now, I don't know what your entry was, so I can't, I don't know, can't say anything against it. Okay guys, I need to pee. In the meantime, I want you all to smash the like button. If we do that, I'm gonna be very, very appreciative. What is it saying right now? Well, saying we're going to shits, so I will just pull up my position. So hopefully I'm still in profit once I get back. So what did I miss? Went down, bounced up, straight line, $300-400, same as it does every time. Oh yeah, to the T. Bro, it's so predictable. The predictability of this thing is insane. Look, bounce exactly off the level yet again. You can see the pressure just slowly dying out of it. But if the sell pressure keeps up, we're gonna see a lot lower. As of now, let's check the liquidations. Oh, they liquidate 34M. They might be done for a bit. Depending on how they want to do it. Happy to get your indicators. Sign up with my link on Blowfin and join the Discord. Like, that's the start. Listen, the indicator is unbeatable. Might sound arrogant, might sound unreal, but the indicator is crazy. $34 million is not enough. Well, it might be. Looks like the order book is spread and thin. Oh, they only nipped the top of it. So boring. Look at that instant bounce on the 5 second. Instant. Yeah, it's going back to 70k. Gay. Gonna retap to 70, maybe bait some more. It just, listen, if you're not in a position, I would strongly advise you not to trade this because it's it's absolutely untradeable and it's absolute rubbish. Yeah, the instant bounces is indeed just institutionals trying to snipe their entries and fill their bags, and it always happens right underneath the high consolidation areas. Why? Because that's what people are placing their stops and placing their entries. It's too obvious, you know, and that's what makes them liquidate stuff. And now the question is, do we see, or are we gonna accept that 34k is enough, or 34 million is enough, or aren't we? I would almost put my feet up and just wait for them to go back to above 70. Scam hunt the top side. Then, listen guys, I think this might have been the big move for this week. Or prior to the weekend. If we're going back above 70k, it's gonna be... It's textbook, you know? Absolute textbook. Look at what we drew. Going down, going here, might go up now. We can remove these, by the way. But just now, they're getting their foot off the gas, off the pressure. How big is that move up again? I would estimate 0.6% because that's what they always do. 0.55. Wasn't far off. Give them some time. Big liquidations on the way down, then consolidation without liquidations, and then just moving it back. Why? Because CVD is dropping. You don't need CVD rising here to push the price back up, and it's so insanely illiquid that it's just like, you know these yo-yos. Is that a Dutch thing? You guys know a yo-yo? These, you know them? Like you just. I'm seeing something insanely crazy now. Absolutely untradeable, up 40k. Sorry, bro. I can't help it. I'm a menace. Or as some people would say in the office, I'm the king of the north. Played with it when I was a child. Me too. Yo-yo in Spanish. Yeah, I love these things, man. I need to buy one. They would dump it hard. They might, as long as they stay. Like now they're semi-hard rejecting 70k. Like, did I save the... Which one is this? I have so many positions that I shared. Oh, this is the 74k one. This one is still goated. Can't see you, so I can delete you. These will open. Oh my god. What are all these things? Delete. If I needed it, I'll remake it. Yeah, the only thing that is interesting that I'm gonna keep and of course the indicator. Yeah, I charted out the 10-10 follow-up pattern, what I predicted. Also my X. Oh, look at that, we dumped down and we pumped back up into the range. Oh, where did we bounce from? Exactly from the line. Yo, the thing is, markets have the tendency, especially right now, markets have the tendency that they dip down. From that dip down, they move up, they go back down to the same level and then they pump. Watch it go. Now, this is the time that they're gonna take 70k. If not, I'm giving away $500. If they don't go above 70k, I'm giving away $500. Don't fumble me now, market. That Charlie Brown's hair pattern, now it's dipping. Love to see it not getting above 70. Yeah, I bet everyone is now. $3. $3. Actually $2.30. You guys are living the dangerous life, eh? Never mind, you guys lost. Why? It's the pattern, it's the same thing. Listen, trading is repetition and trading has to be boring. If trading is insanely exciting, you're doing it wrong. If trading is exciting, you're doing it wrong. You're risking too much, you're overstimulating, you're overdoing it, Trading has to be boring, guys. Trading should be absolutely dreadful. It has to be the same stuff, the same day, the same shit, day in, day out, up, down, left, right, doesn't matter. It has to be the same. Consistency, consistency, consistency. And what I think that people aren't doing enough. And let me get this 100% real with you guys. We don't look back enough. Everyone with trading is trying to predict the future, right? Like we have a glass dome, we're rubbing it and we're all predicting the future. It's not about predicting the future, it's about looking what we've done in the past. And by looking back in the past and having a probability and having an indication of what actually is gonna happen, that's where the power comes from. That's where most of my power comes from. I make probabilities. I'm not telling you it's going up or it's going down. I just say, well, the probability of going down is higher than the probability of going up. Why? Because of this, and X, Y, Z, yada, yada, yada. Right? That's how it works. People should stop trying to predict where it's going like they're Nostradamus. People should start making actual sense of what's happening. Why are things doing this? What's happening with the legacy markets? Why are things moving? What's geopolitically going on? It's not just looking at a chart. People are looking at a chart, drawing a trend line and thinking that, you know, the market is going to be held by a 5-minute trend line. BS. We're at the verge of World War III. You can draw whatever line you want. It ain't going to fucking cut it. Okay, I'm getting cancelled for using the F word again. So that's trading, guys. Trading is real. Trading is ferocious. Trading is obnoxious. Trading isn't always fun. Trading is painful. Trading is hard. Trading is super hard. I'm 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, the king of blockchain. Yeah, and I'm the Pope. It still might bounce to 71, don't get me wrong, but probability is getting lower and lower. So guys, what I would advise you is, one, join the Discord and join me in 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, but that's pretty obvious. Start backtesting data. Start looking at what's the average move size of London? What's the average move size of New York? What's the average move size of Asia? What sessions are the cleanest to trade? New York is not a clean trading session. London has been way cleaner in trading. That's why most of my positions are taken in London and develop themselves during New York. That's how it works. You take things based on probability and you map things out and you look at it and you take it from professional mindset. No, you don't need to fill in the form again, but yeah, would be appreciated. If it pumps to 80k, that's gonna be crazy. That would be ludicrous. And if 80k happens today, I'll give away 50k. Like, that ain't happening, buddy. Now we're just consolidating at the bottom of the range. Oh, let me get a bit more comfy here. So guys, while we're watching, no, it's not watching pain dry. While we see if the order block is holding at 69.7, or we're actually gonna dump underneath, which would be my highest probability shot, and look for the 68.7s. Do we have any questions? Do we want to talk trading? Like, talk to me, chat. Why are you all so quiet? You taking some numbing cream before coming on? Come on, talk to me. It's not a comedy show. What do you think about the new Prime Minister of the Netherlands? Well, it's not left, it's not right, it's not up, it's not down. It's like fully neutral, and he's... Ugh. Let's put it this way. If we're going to war, I'm not sending him. Got any opinions on oil? I think oil is gonna absolutely crush it and go up. Because even if there's a scarcity or not, and I read that there's a pipeline through Saudi Arabia so they can even avoid the Strait of Hormuz, or what's it called? But still they're gonna artificially inflate it, right? Who is the people? You are the people, my friend. TPO, composite, area POC is at 68k. Congratulations. Any thoughts on silver? Well, the thing is, gold and silver is actually pretty interesting because there's a very, very big difference between the two. It's not just the color or the shininess and the price, but gold actually has way more applicability in the real world. Why? Because gold is used in SMD and semiconductor production and is in the wafer fabs. So it has real world use, and I can get why it's going up, and it's a safety asset. Silver, it's way less. Also the price is less, but I can see silver dumping earlier than I can see gold going down. Neutral means woke left. I refrain from answering. Please boss, what high time frame is aligned with 50 minutes for trading? Please, this have been confusing to me. Bro, your question confuses me. What do you think about Xiaodino's trading strategy? I don't really have an opinion about it. We're very different. We're very different people. We look at different things. If it works, it works. So I never comment on other people's trading abilities or strategies. Why? Because it's not my own and I'm not using it. So I can't say it. If he's working for you and if you're making money with him, stick to it. If he's not making you money, if he's not profitable for you, then don't stick with it, you know? It's that easy. Not everything works for everyone. Silver has more industrial use cases than gold. Depends on what sector you're looking at and where the money is. Nope, Peter. Would it be good to enter short now? If you want to get liquidated, go for it. But 𝗕𝗟𝗢𝗙𝗢𝗡, like, if you rephrase your question towards the English language, I will do my absolute best to answer it for you. What other questions do we have, guys? Come on. And by the way, press that like button. I'm gonna be really, really disappointed if you guys don't. Oh, we're almost up 70k. Hello. Hello, sweet, sweet money. Yo, someone just texted me, how can you be so relaxed when you're up 70k and trading with $1 million? Well, the thing is, it's experience, right? I've been doing this for years. I've lost money, I've made money, and in the end, listen, I think to be a good trader, you need to have a certain amount of ego. And not per se be arrogant, but you need the skill set to stay convicted. And in order to stay convicted, you have to believe in yourself to be right. What's your learning path? Steep. My ADHD gets me hyper obsessed with stuff. And what comes with hyper obsession is that you want to learn and master everything. So what helped me a lot is I wanted to understand how the markets work. And I don't give a crap if it's going up or down in the end. I want to understand why it's doing X, Y, Z. So where does the traditional finance come from? Where is market making? What is this? What is liquidity? What are the order books? Like, how many people actually know how an exchange works, right? Getting to know how an exchange works is for me one-on-one basics to get into trading. Why are you even trying to trade if you have no clue what you're trading at? What's a broker? How does the order book work? How does the liquidity work? Like, how is all of it working? Oh, we might get a little bit of a liquidation cascade if we start pushing here. 38 million numped by the market maker. There we go. Underneath the level. Don't fade the indicator, guys. Don't fade the indicator. Yeah, I try not to be boring, but it's just because I'm a slight goofball. New York crashing, why? Have you seen the world economy, my friend? Have you seen the fact that we're at a geopolitical war? Countries are under attack. Airspace is closed. Oil prices is rising. So, okay, the basic terminology and the basic understanding to why that all the markets should go down, including traditional finance, is pretty simple. Like, the US has a closed loop economy, right? So the US regulates their own economy based on CPI data, based on the FOMC and what the Fed is deciding by printing money, not printing money, or increasing labor or decreasing labor and increasing unemployment. So one of the core indexes for it is the energy price. And the energy is run, of course, by oil. So as soon as oil starts rising, energy will rise as well, which means that inflation is also going up. So in order to control inflation is always bearish for the economy and always bearish for price. That's why the dollar has been rising. And if the dollar is rising, it means that, well, basically the rest is going to shit. Well, let's take Cuba, right? I refrained from answering. I need the 500, please. Send me 500, I might send it back. What's your trading strategy? I trade based on experience and live order flow. I'm a liquidity trader. So I don't mark off order blocks, I mark off dwell blocks, which means time spent in area XYZ. And based on the time spent, I try to identify what are high confluence areas and I trade off of them. Short, long, these are the lines on my chart. And I look at the live influx and outflux of liquidity and how the market is behaving. Together with the indicators I built for that system, that's how I'm trading, what my trading strategy is and what defines me. Why the fuck is the dollar rising? I just explained to you. Have you been paying attention the last 6 minutes? Come on. You know better than this, Shimalan. Any other questions? Like, I'm here now. I'm here a couple of times a week. Spot sells heavy, as they should. As I said, spot move is the real move. Spot move is the real move. Not enough liquidity swept in my opinion, but they might think differently about it. How is dwell blocks different from support and resistance? I look at areas of confluence. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a top or breaker block as defined in ICT or SMC strategies. And that's what differentiates it. I tend to be more towards the mid-range of consolidation instead of the top of the bottom. Where can we enter long? We might attempt a long at 68.7. Before that, I'm not touching long. Doing the compounding challenge from 5k to 100k. Good, how is it going? Who is a better film director? I don't fucking know, I don't watch movies, man. How many trades today? I took a short. I'm pretty pleased with my short. Going down gnarly, can we add short? You can always add to short. If you ask me if it's a smart idea, I would say absolutely not. Especially not here. So now it consolidates below, so we'll go up. Huh? Yeah, 68 would make so much more sense. I'm doing the compounding challenge, currently at 15k. Any advice to stop typing in caps? And what's your question to me? Most tools used in Confluence are lagging. That's why I look at order flow. This is real current data, real current liquidations, real current buildup of liquidity and everything. I don't do latency. I hate latency. This one has accelerated EMAs with special formulas. It has breaker structures and everything, and it's live flipping on every time frame. And it's different than normal EMAs. So it's also, you can't copy this. You can try, but you're not going to be able to copy what we've built here. Same as the probability. Why? Because it's unique and tailored to me, and I have the most amazing software team around me that I could even wish for. Can't hold myself to add, then add, but don't come crying. No crying in the casino, buddy. No crying in the casino. When the next 1 to 10k? Bro, I'm doing a 500k to 5 million. Like, what people forget is like 1 to 10k is the same as 500k to 5 million. Just take it with 0.2% of my margin. Duh. What should be my advice, Shimalan? Don't get liquidated. If the monthly close below 70, 50, 5k is next or lower, I don't agree. The monthly is going to close green. I said it today at lunch as well. I would even bet people for it. Monthly is going to close green. Why is monthly going to close green? Because 7 has been the all-time record of red monthly closes, and we're at 6 now. And we're not going to attempt a record because we haven't had a black swan event. That's my opinion. I think April is going to be filled with fuckery, and we might even go to 80k. And then the real bottom might be in May or June. If they're going to do it, that would make sense logically, right? The bear market is only 127 day-ish old, while a normal bear market is way longer, like 180, 190 days. So it's still too early. Oh, there we go, exactly from the line. Isn't order flow adding more noise instead of clarity? Well, I think I can say for myself that I'm insanely profitable, so it depends on what you call noise. I'm up 100% on the 500k to 5 million challenge this week. So I turned 500k into 1.1 million. I'm doing the 𝗥𝗘𝗟𝗏 challenge with a friend of mine. So from 5k to 50k. We made 70% profit this week. So I don't know. You tell me. Lambo Drift, stop shilling the fucking stock, please. Doesn't see in 71.6. Might be. Might still be, don't get me wrong. Yeah, I think drawing random lines and saying they need to hold, that's noise. But that's just me, you know. Who am I to judge? For me, order flow is the only thing that's live and it can't freaking lie to me. Like, order flow is not lying to me. I promise you that. Oh, we're back at 70k. Who figured? Absolute joke. Do you trade weekends? No. I trade Monday to Friday, but I have the tendency to avoid Mondays and Fridays. Well, because they're shenanigans. Monday is the consolidation of the news over the weekend. And Friday, mostly, it's Friday. They call it Friday fuckery for a reason, you know? Dun, dun, dun. Cause it's Friday today. Friday again. Saturday, Sunday, what? Dump it. Yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it? It's just gonna probably consolidate here, maybe go up a bit. Do you look during the weekends though? Bro, I try to avoid it, but I have the tendency to do it. And even I'm working weekends now because I'm trying to push out educational content on my channel as well. So again, for the new people here, I have a free Discord. I do everything for free, building free indicators. Just use my link on Blowfin if you want to join the training competition. Free Discord link is below as well, and I'm working on educational content as well. Why do I have everything for free? I make my money trading, and that's the whole case. So why am I doing this? And a lot of people ask me, like, if you're not in it for the money, why are you in here? I want to change the crypto space and bring back trading. If we want to professionalize and if we want to grow up as an industry, we should have less noise, more trading. And I just want to build the most badass group of traders. And if there's anyone in here with more than 50k and wants to join Inner Circle, that's also free. It's where we're doing the 500k to 5 million challenge now privately. Yeah, enough yapping, I guess. Bitcoin is gonna consolidate here for a bit. Yep. Amen to that. Amen, brother. Or sister. Or however you identify. It's a tricky business nowadays. You're calling me a scammer, really? Really? Why? Enlighten me. You have no profile picture, you call yourself 768 and you're calling me a scammer. Listen, some people just give you instant headache. Listen, thoughts on Crypto Beam, thought he was legit. Bro, I have screenshots of the guy saying I'm gonna take profits and I'm gonna go on a vacation while it said demo on the right top of the screen. Casey, I have only 4 words for you. Not my fucking problem. And get the fuck out of the chat, you know. You know, just go play in the corner with the Lego blocks, you know. And let the grown-ups talk and make some money here. Bro, I'm up 50k for the day. Come on. You know, the thing is, like, I said goodbye to haters on my own channel a while ago. So I don't have mod perms here yet. But it's, listen, as soon as I get them. And, yo, are some of the mods that are normally in my channel, are they here? It would be an infinite ban hammerfest. Why? Because, listen, there's so much toxicness in the market and it's influencing everyone, right? The industry is not getting prettier, the industry is not getting nicer. And it's so easy for everyone just to have a blunt opinion behind the keyboard. And it's no fun for anyone. So I think we should also be more acceptable. And the biggest thing within crypto and within the industry, everyone has lost money, let's be honest. Everyone has been losing money. And the fact that everyone has lost money also makes it that people are insanely toxic. And I try to create a safe space, and not just a safe space, but also a nice space for people. Where they can also share their story if you're having a bad day, if shit didn't go your way or whatever. And there's just so many toxic people taking that away. Even though we should help each other, you know? We all want to make money. But the amount of people that just come in and say, oh, you're wrong, you have to go long. Oh, you're wrong, you have to go right. And it's like, guys, we're in this together, right? It's us versus the market maker. And now the market maker is just sitting, chilling, and you know what's happening? You keep on going. Yo, do we have a mod from Banter here? Just ban KSL. I don't even want to be bothered with these people. We're already back above 70. That's what I mean. I lost 58k. That's exactly what I mean, right? So many people have lost so much that it's, and then you have people ruining. How many people do you see out there that are actively doing this stuff still? Why? Because of people like him. Some people can't take the truth. Just gonna ignore you, my man. So yeah, it's, yeah, it fucks it up for the good people. Like, you know how many people have issues of even still live trading who are insanely good traders? Why? Because there's always so much noise, and it's so much easier and so much better to just sit there by yourself and make a shit ton of money and not having to answer to anyone and way less work and just enjoy life. It's hilarious. I lost my wife because I said this is the final shakeout. Bro, if that's true, that's absolutely rough. Very rough. Yeah. Normally my dad is a mod in my chat. Like, listen, if he was here, whoo. Chento, my guy, I appreciate. Yeah, most of the people appreciate. So I'm not even triggered or whatever. I'm just trying to explain like how the whole industry is visioned and how the whole industry is running as of now because of certain people in certain aspects. Like we've called this pump as well. Like where's your accent from? I'm Dutch. So I'm from the Netherlands. What is this full green moment right now? This is liquidating everyone that gotten in on the way down. That's why they've taken 5 million out already. Look at those 5-minute candles. This trade a bit hilarious. It's a full percentage that is just taken by a whiff. Karate fans, a famous Chuck Norris just passed. Really? Did Chuck Norris really die? Oh. That's sad. Following a medical emergency. Is he recording a movie or something? Oh, that's sad. I always love the Chuck Norris quotes. So your thoughts on the trade band this week, hitting the 63.5, then headed up to the 80k zone. I think it's clearing to go up before it might flip down. I don't know, man. Listen, honestly, there's so much that makes sense in between as well. As I said, they did an amazing job of trapping it between 72 and 68. And they haven't taken out either of them yet. But on the 4-hour time frame, everything here is colluding, which would assume if we, if we touch it and we break it, we go up tremendously. But as of now, the pressure looks to be down. But we have successfully reacquired the 70k region. But for me, 64.1 is a high area of interest. But there's such a big gap above. And that's a bit of the issue. Oh, I deleted. Oh shit, that's what I deleted, of course. I deleted most of my lines. That's why I deleted the whole structural. That's very dumb. That's super dumb of mine. I figured why were there so many lines, but now I understand, right? It is more of a congestion area, I would say. Need a higher time frame for this, because we haven't been in this range for so long. There's an insane amount of backtesting data on it, especially not in these in-between ranges. You see, this in-between is like a bit of an equilibrium, because they've always been semi-skipped. Oh, there's one. Yeah. That's better. Probably marking up price again like a maniac. But it's still under the order block, so everything's fine. And if we flip above, we'll see. Hopefully the entries get hit. Chuck Norris can't die. What's your TP? 64k. What 𝗟𝗎𝗢 is an accelerated 𝗟𝗎𝗢, it's not just a fixed one. It's a mix of VWAP and accelerated 𝗟𝗎𝗢s with a certain formula and frequency. War's about to end, how will it impact? How is the war about to end? I have not seen anything about that. Why ending the war with Iran is getting harder? No time frame for ending the war. His defense secretary says there's no time frame for ending it. Quite the opposite, they want to send ground troops. Yeah, that's what I understood as well. What's your position right now? Still up 32k. That is enough to keep me alive for the weekend, I guess. Even if it goes up, guys, I got DCAs way and way higher. So actually, ideally for me, it goes to these levels. And I can DCA in to increase my position size. But yeah, if not, then no harm, no foul. At 64k, it's 500k profit. That's what I'm aiming for. And if it hits the DCA levels, the risk is managed at 74.5 and I'm risking 15%. So either way, it's considered and it's taken care of. Yo guys, why are we not having so many likes? Come on, hit the like button, guys. I know we can do better. It's too weak. It's not enough. I'm not accepting it. 300 likes. We need to get at least 450. Otherwise I'm going to be insanely disappointed. 77k soon. Yeah, and Santa Claus is coming to visit tonight as well. Are your DCAs larger than your current position? Yeah, I'm DCAing top heavy. So 34, 25, then I go slightly in smaller positions because the levels of rejection are less likely, and then I go heaviest. I might change this one to 21 as well and have 40 something here. So I'm top heavy. 15%, yes, it's a challenge, guys. So it's a challenge. I'm trying to go from 500k to 5 million as fast as possible. And since I did 100% profit this week already, or more than 100% even, I accepted 15% risk because that would still put me at 350k profit, which is 70%. Bad execution. I think half of you guys have no clue what you're talking about, to be honest. That's fine, but then at least keep your opinion to yourself as well, you know? Bad execution. Bro, I'm in this short with 2 accounts up over 70k total. and up over 600k for the week. And you're saying bags execution while you're watching me in my chat. That's pretty hilarious, isn't it? New entry, any suggestions? Right now, I wouldn't touch it. 70k is an issue both ways. No, I'm doing 500k to 5 million. And I like to argue with the people in the chat, and I like to have conversations, but they need to be rectified somewhere, right? You can't just... Let me get inner circle. I got 1k though. No. How would they adjust position sizing? Oh, just regular. Listen, you don't even have to have 500k. But everyone scales towards himself and towards his own risk. It's not per se a one-on-one blind carbon copy. Like a one-on-one carbon copy is never going to be possible. Just alone by spread, entry times, and even if I pose an entry, you might be better sometimes. Sometimes less. So yeah. $50 to $5k? Absolutely never. I can't mentally stomach that. And it's not worth my time either, to be honest. I wanna do fun stuff and stuff that's also fun for me. Why do people come into chat and just talk shit? Makes no sense to me. I think that a lot of people either have nothing to say at home, or their wife is being mean to them, or they had a bad day at work and then they just want to vent. Or listen, the thing is, if a trade goes against them, and yeah, I don't know. People get salty, man, and especially in a business where money is involved. It's rougher. It's even rougher. Long or short, I'm in a short, and it's up 45k. With 5k in already realized, so like 47-ish now. But it's a bit twitchy. Might go back to minus. Look at this volume. Look at how they're rounding it up. What would be the bottom? My problem is if we... Hello volume. Hello. It wasn't even volume. It was just like, nah, fuck you. You're not going up. Thanks for playing. Like I had my... Oh, I was just afraid that I had all my lines deleted. No, thank God. So 53k would be a definite good bottom, but we might go lower anyways. So missed entries need to make more time for your shows. Yeah, it's never a bad thing, my friend. Never a bad thing. Cool tattoos though. Thank you. I have a arm sleeve and a leg sleeve. So now we're consolidating below 70k. We're still semi holding it. I've been live for almost 2 hours again. Let's give it another 15 to 20 minutes. And if there's nothing noticeable, you guys know my entry. You guys know my my bad execution. If people think differently and think that it's actually good execution, these are my limit shorts. You can do the top heaviness even more severe. You could get this, because I think this is the most likely to hit. This one is tentative, this one is good, this one is good, and this one we can always see how we're gonna hit it. But these are my limit sells, and I'm still under the impression that we are definitely going lower. But I will update everyone live as soon as I see something change or not. That's why I'm constantly looking at order flow. I'm constantly looking at influx, buyers, and the news as well. So if something changes, I will always let them know. 47.4, but it will be a soft stop loss. Bro, where's the Discord at? Link in the bio. Link in the bio. So guys, press the like button. Come on, let's get us at least 400 likes. A minimum. It's the absolute minimum I'm taking. That's 35 likes more. I'm gonna be really disappointed over the weekend, and then I'm gonna be grudgy on Monday, and it's just not a nice view, you know. It's just not pretty. The thing is, like, I can't spit out trades constantly. Why? Because once I have a good entry, my entry is sacred. So yeah. Should I get more accounts on the show just to like? Nah, it's fine, buddy. We're not botting anything. 𝗕𝗘𝗧𝗪 makes him high to a millionaire challenge. Yeah, that might happen in Croatia, man. We might do something ludicrous there. We might have something insane in store for you guys, but I can't update you on it just yet. But it might be absolutely banging. Limit orders in the Discord as well. Absolutely. Everything is updated in the Discord. My positions, my trades, my everything. Guys, it's been a very long week. I think I'm gonna end it here. So summary of the day: as long as we're above 69.7k, we can still see the potential upside to 71.5 and even 72.5. As soon as we break underneath this range, we're gonna look at 68.7k, 68.67. Pressure remains down. New York hasn't been able to do anything in an upwards direction, but 70k seems to be holding as of now, and they're still liquidating and piling in. Everything keeps piling in from the long. So as long as that happens, it's free for all and free food for the market makers. I appreciate all of you being here. You've been a great audience, with 2 exceptions. You know who you are. Join the free Discord. Join me at 𝗩𝗏𝗡 for the training competition. There's more than 300,000 up for grabs in prize money, and I'm telling you, I'm grinding to the bone to win this. And part of it is also P&L, and keep in mind I already did 500k to 1 million, so we're in a very, very solid position. Thank you very much for coming. Have a great weekend. I'm going to work on educational over the weekend, and hopefully we can start releasing that pretty soon. And I'm going to catch you all next week. Thank you, guys.